Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MU Stand. This is your preview for Manchester United versus Brentford. We're also going to be discussing Erik Ten Hag's press conference. Erik Ten Hag, of course, will be looking for a much improved performance from his Manchester United side when we host Brentford on Wednesday evening. The Reds are targeting a first Premier League win since late February. I mean, that is a long time ago. But Thomas Frank's men have lost just once, one of their last 16 top flight matches. So it's going to be difficult. They're going to pose a tough test, and this is going to be a very, very difficult game. There is a good news following the weekend defeat to Newcastle regarding Christian Eriksen. But before we get started, guys, in this show, we are going to cover the team news, predicting starting lineup, the current form, head-to-head, score prediction at the end. So make sure you stick around until the end and get involved by letting us know who should be in the starting 11 as well. Okay, let's just quickly go to the team news. Before I start talking about the team news, if you guys are enjoying these previews, make sure you smash a like on the stream, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel as well. Okay, team news. Let's get to the team news. Okay, Manchester United defender Wan-Bissaka is actually back in contention, actually, to compete with Dalot, really, after missing Sunday's defeat at Newcastle through an injury. And here's what Erik Ten Hag has to say about that. Let me just quickly show you guys what he actually said about this, so we could just take a look at it together.
I think it's really close. It's competition between them, and yeah, so maybe Aaron gives you a little bit more defending. Diogo gives you maybe a little bit more offense, but I have to say I think they both make progress in both areas. So it's really close, and then it's about you look at the opponent. You look at the load from the players to manage that when you have two almost equal players, and the form where they are in is also an issue. And then of course, how is the team? How are they doing in the moment? So then you make your decisions. I think.
So basically, this is what he's saying. Basically, that the fact that we have two fullbacks, Dalot is more offensive and Wan-Bissaka is more defensive. So the problem we have now is we need a combination of those two. We definitely need a combination of those two. We don't want just a forward right back. We don't want just a defender. We need a combination of those two players, and we've yet to have that. Hopefully we get that in the summer. But at this moment in time, I think we just have to switch them around and use those two based on the game. So Wan-Bissaka definitely is in contention for playing this game. But I'll show you the lineup and who I think is going to play at right back against Brentford. What else? So Anthony Martial, of course, returned to the side at 62 minutes, I believe, as a substitute against Newcastle. The Frenchman, of course, he would definitely be pushing for a first start since January's Manchester United derby. So that's the last time he actually started. Other team news, Casemiro still has 2 matches of his 4-game domestic suspension. He's going to be serving another 2 games following his red card against Southampton in March. This is the good news that I wanted to show you. I wanted to tell you guys. Christian Eriksen has resumed training, but he's not yet ready. But he has resumed training with the first team. So that is a big news, guys. That is definitely a big news. We're gonna definitely use him in the coming days. We have struggled without Christian Eriksen and Casemiro in the middle of the park. So it is a big plus. Big plus having him in the side. What else? Okay, Donny van de Beek, we know he's out. Tom Heaton is out, and Alejandro Garnacho remains unavailable. So all these players are out. As for Brentford, so before I go into the lineup, let me just quickly review the Brentford's injury list. So Brentford midfielder Stadium. Baptiste returns after completing a suspension, so he's going to return to this game. The game comes too soon for Vitali, who's back in training after a knee injury. Frank is also ruled out by a minor hamstring issues. Kane, Lewis Potter are also out with an injury. So these three players are out. We'll see. I mean, the danger man, of course, for Brentford, we know who it is. We know it's Ivan Toney, and he is going to play. That is our concern. So that is the guy that we need to really focus on and think about that. But let's move quickly to the lineup. But before I go to the lineup, Nipune, thank you for joining. Amy, good morning. Thank you for joining. Stafford, thank you for joining. Mohammed as well, thank you for joining. As you join in, make sure you drop your prediction. What do you think is going to happen in this game? And I'll give you my prediction at the end as well. But let's quickly take a look at the lineup that I have picked. The lineup that I have picked for this matchup. Okay, so this is the lineup that has actually started against Newcastle for the defeat. So we're going to make a few changes here. We are definitely going to make a few changes here. David De Gea, of course, he's going to stay there. I'm not going to move him out. Dalot versus Wan-Bissaka. What would you do? What would you do? Do let me know in the comment section. Dalot versus Wan-Bissaka. Who would you go for? Who would you go for? We know Dalot started the game against Newcastle and got exposed. He definitely got exposed on that right-hand side. St. Maxima was just having a free day. I mean, he was just running down on him. So in this game, are you going to play Dalot or are you going to play Wan-Bissaka? I think the Newcastle game versus this game is a little bit different. Newcastle doesn't really like to... Newcastle actually pressed us. They actually control the ball. Brentford are not that type of team. They don't possess the ball at all. They just sit back and defend and consume pressure. So for that reason, I think we need a forward-thinking right back. If we're looking at form, I would just go with Wan-Bissaka. But I think Dalot is going to start this game because Brentford are going to be way deep and they're going to defend. For that reason, Dalot is a better option because he can create chances for the team. So Dalot definitely will start in this match. Nipune says, when will Casemiro come back to play? So after 2 games. Amy says Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I can actually agree with you, Amy. But the fact that Brentford are going to sit deep and defend, I think we need a more creative right back. And for that reason, I'm going with Dalot. So the back four is going to be like this. Dalot, Varane, Martinez, and Shaw. Obviously, who's going to come and say that these two are going to play again? Where's the picture? Just because we conceded 2, I've seen in social media that put Maguire back in. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? Are you nuts? We're not going to play these 2. They were talking about heights. Brentford play with a lot of long balls. They have a lot of heights. So for that reason, we should play Harry Maguire. Okay, not Lindelof, but Harry Maguire with Varane. I don't think so. He's going to cause us a lot of problem. Who is forgetting that we conceded 4 goals in the first game against Brentford? And guess who's actually in the starting 11? It's that guy right there, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was in the lineup when we actually conceded 4 against Brentford. So there's no way this guy's coming back. So the back 4 is going to be this: Dalot, Varane, Martinez, and Shaw. If you disagree, do let me know in the comment sections. Nipune says, that's too sad. I know it's too sad. That's why we're suffering at this moment in time. Casemiro is not available. And Eriksen is also not available, but Eriksen is back up now. He's back up training with the first team, which is a good thing. At least that is a good thing. Amy says, I was thinking Dalot, but he is physical enough. Is he physical enough? Okay, that's the question. So he might not be physical enough, but like I said, he won't be defending that much. I think Brentford are going to play counter, and I think we're going to possess more of the ball. I think we're going to dominate ball possession, and I think we're going to have to use our team effectively and efficiently to create chances, and Dalot will help us. Dalot will definitely help us. Okay, midfield. Here's the midfield. Scott McTominay and Sabitser actually started the game against Newcastle. I don't think it was the right choice by Erik Ten Hag. I just did not think it was the right choice by Erik Ten Hag. I did the preview for a Newcastle game, and I didn't think these two would play because they just don't fit together. They just don't fit together. McTominay has been given a lot of chances now, and without Casemiro, he just get exposed. Every time you see Scott McTominay play without Casemiro, he's exposed. When he plays next to Fred, he's exposed. And now we've seen when he actually started with Sabitzer, he got exposed. So I think Scott McTominay would come out, and we're going to see this. I think it's going to be like this, and probably drag Bruno a little bit here. Make it like this. So because of this, basically, if we play like this, two holding and Bruno are just a little bit conservative, I think this could work. I think this could definitely work. What do you guys think? Amy says, is Pellistri hurt? No, he's not. I think he should be available. Not as far as I know. Erik Ten Hag did not speak about him in the press conference, so I think he is going to be available. I think he's going to be available, but is he going to start? Probably not. Probably not. So let me just go back to the midfield here. This is the midfield I'm going with. Sabitzer, Fred, and Bruno. And on the right, Anthony's going to stay there. On the left, we know for sure Rashford will stay there. There's no question about that. But here's the question mark, people. Here is the biggest question mark. Let me just circle this guy. This guy right here. Big question mark. Big question mark. I mean, it's just incredible. It's just incredible how many times this guy is getting a chance. Since he joined us, he was starting games week in, week out for 19 games straight. It's just incredible. And he doesn't score goals. The only thing he does is defend. The only thing he does is defend. And even defensively, he wasn't good against Newcastle. I just don't understand. It just puzzles me why he's starting games, and Erik Ten Hag keeps coming out and start to defend him. I see similarities, guys. I see similarities because I saw the same thing for Harry Maguire last season when Ole used to come out and defend Harry Maguire, when Ragnick came out and defend Maguire. But all the fans just did not understand why Maguire was starting games. And I feel the same way in this one, guys. I feel the same way in this one. Weghorst starting games week in, week out. But we don't understand it. We don't understand it. We have been fed bullshit about his working hard. He's working hard. He's running around. He gives a lot to the team. No, he doesn't. I mean, all he does, like I said, all he does is run around. And that's not good enough as a striker, especially for Manchester United. Who's actually going to take Weghorst as a striker in the Premier League? Who's actually going to take him and start Weghorst up front? Nobody. Even Brentford won't take him. Even Brentford won't start him. Ivan Toney is much better than Weghorst. So it's just incredible. It's just incredible how he's starting games, guys. It's just ridiculous how this guy is continuously getting picked. Amy says, go with Fred. Yes, exactly. That's what we did in the middle of the park. But yeah, I just don't get it. So this guy needs to be taken off instantly. Instantly. Get out of the lineup. And Toto. Of course, Anthony Martial returned against Newcastle. I spoke about that earlier. For sure, he is our best number 9. He is our best number 9. I think we should go with Anthony Martial up front. And we need a goal in this game. We definitely need to put Brentford under pressure. Need to create a lot of chances. Even when he came on against Newcastle, the game just completely changed instantly. I mean, he had a chance. He had one chance, and we were able to control the ball and link up play. That's what we were doing, which Weghorst just doesn't give us. Weghorst just does not give us that. So for that reason, Anthony Martial will start, in my opinion. So this is the team. There you have it, people. There you have it. This is the team I'm going with. 4-2-3-1. This is the lineup I think is going to start against Brentford. Okay, so let's check out the head-to-head. Before we do that, do let me know in the comment sections if you agree or disagree with the lineup, okay? Amy says, Man U should train with Rashford being a ghost on the pitch with 2 people on him. I agree, but when you have 2 people on Marcus Rashford, what do you have to do? There should be a spare man, and find that spare man. That is Bruno's job. That is Sabitser's job. That is also Anthony's job. The likes of Anthony needs to definitely take on players and start creating spaces for the forwards. I know Anthony Martial will do that for us. He's definitely going to be able to do that for us. So I'm confident Martial will perform. I'm just hoping that he doesn't get injured again. But he's definitely going to improve us for sure. For sure. Okay, so let me just go back to this. Head-to-head. Okay, head-to-head. You're looking at it. Head-to-head. Manchester United have won each of their last 3 home league games against Brentford, a subsequent spanning of 84 years. I mean, that's crazy. Scoring a total of 10 goals and conceded just once. In the past 5 games, I think 4 games. In the past 4 games, we lost against Brentford away from home, 1 against at home, 1 against away, and drawn in a friendly matchup. I don't think that really counts, but not a bad stat there. Team's form. Okay, team's form. You're looking at the team's form. The past 5 games, Manchester United have won 3 games, lost 1, and drawn 1. Okay, I think it's an okay form. Looking at Brentford have drawn 2 games, won 2 games, and lost 1 game. So it looks like we have same kind of team's form results, except for 1 win. Brentford are not going to be easy, guys. They are not going to be easy. This is going to be a very, very difficult game, guys. This is going to be a very, very difficult game. Let's just quickly review the table before I give you guys my prediction, and we're going to wrap up. So look at this. I'm really glad that Tottenham actually dropped points yesterday. I was doing the watch along in that game on Goalsbible, but they did concede at last minute. So here it is now. Spurs played 29 games, 50 points. Manchester United played 27 games, 50 points. So we do have 2 games in hand on them. So if we actually do win those 2 games, we're going to be above them by 6 points. We definitely are going to be above them by 6 points. I do reckon that we're going to finish in the top 4. There is no reason to panic just because we lost against Newcastle. The top 2 is already decided. Newcastle still could finish 4th or out of the top 4. It is possible. Just because they won against us, it doesn't mean they're going to finish in the top 4. Amy says, Ben Mee, a defender on Brentford, has 3 goals. Yeah, maybe they play a lot of crosses. That's the reason why these defenders are scoring goals. That's the reason why these defenders are scoring goals. But let me give you guys my prediction. Of course, before I give you guys my prediction, let me just give you some facts here on Manchester United. Okay, so Manchester United have lost just once. Not once. They've lost 1 of their last 22 Premier League home games. So it just goes to show you we are really solid at home. 14 wins, 7 draws. And unbeaten in 12 such fixtures since losing to Brighton on the opening day weekend of the season. So that was the only time we actually lost against Brighton. The Red Devils have lost 4 of their 8 Premier League games without Casemiro in 2022 and 2023, compared to 3 of 19 when he has played. So it's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. We don't lose a lot of games with Casemiro, but if he's not playing, we're losing games. That's not good, right? That's not good. It is a big, big concern. Marcus Rashford has scored 18 home goals. Yes, at home. He scored 18 home goals in all competition this season, the most by a player at Old Trafford in a single campaign since Wayne Rooney netted 19 goals in 2011 and 2012. Also, Bruno Fernandes. We do have a stat for Bruno Fernandes for you guys as well. Bruno Fernandes has assisted 49 goals in all competition for Manchester United, more than twice as many as any teammate since his debut for the club in February 2020. So that is a big accomplishment for Bruno Fernandes. Okay, so let me just give you guys my prediction for this game. Prediction time. I called. This is my prediction for Man United versus Brentford. I called the Newcastle game would be difficult, guys. I really did call the Newcastle game would be difficult on Sunday. And if you haven't checked out the preview, I actually went for a draw in that game. I didn't think we were going to win that game. And actually, we actually lost that game. Everybody knows that. I do think we are fading off a little bit, guys. I do think we're fading off a little bit. We're still without suspended midfielder Casemiro for another 2 games, including this one. And we really miss him. Brentford smashed Manchester United at the start of the season. They still carry a goal threat now. And that could be a concern. This is going to be really dangerous. And I think the Bees will score again this time around, too. I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet. But I do believe United are usually better when we actually play at Old Trafford. And for that reason, I am going for Manchester United to edge it 2-1 Man United. That is my prediction, guys. That is my prediction. Amy says 3-2. Yeah, everybody in the chat, do let me know your comment in the comment sections what you think is going to happen. But yeah, people, thank you all for watching. Of course, I'm going to be doing the watch along for this matchup tomorrow. Around 3 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you tune in for that one, for this game. But that is it, people. If you don't have any questions, that is it. This concludes our preview. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to join us, like I said, for the watch along. And let us know in the comment section what you guys think about the lineup and what is your score prediction for the game as well. Do let me know in the comment sections. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.